I think I'm live. Oh, where is my? Oh, there it is. Good, good. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Gemini Soul Session for April that I had to keep rescheduling. I didn't do my intro because my internet is, of course, being wonky. And when I was trying to put the video up, it was kind of tripping. So I was like, yeah, we're not about to do that today. Hey, Seren. Oh, man. Hey. Bonjour. Bonjour. I hope you guys are having a happy Thursday. So, of course, I'm going to do the same thing that I always do and get you guys overall energy and let you guys go ahead and pick what stack you guys want me to pick from for your overall energy. So let me go ahead and do this real quick. It's always so awkward when I when I start without my little intro video because I'm always like, so what should I be doing right now? I'm still trying to get used to being live, y'all. Hey, Renee. Oh, from Australia. Hey, Nicole. Hey, y'all. I'm gonna let y'all pick y'all stacks. So in the chat, you guys go ahead and pick either stack number 1, which would be here, or stack number 2, which would be here. So just put your 1s or your 2s in the chat. And that is going to be the stack that we pick from for you guys' overall energy. Have you guys seen what the like button does when you click? Yeah, like it explodes with like confetti. Like I don't know. I liked something and it did that, and I was like, whoa, okay, that's different. Let's see. It looks like we have a lot of those. It's looking like 2. All right. I think it's 2, y'all. I think it's 2. It's looking like it's 2. All right. So let's go ahead and hop in this Gemini peoples. I like to feel included because I'm a Gemini rising. You know what I'm saying? Ooh, buku tubes. All right. I'm here for it. So we're going to jump in with you guys overall energy for the month of April. And then we're going to hop into you guys tarot. So let's see what is going on for my Geminis for the month of April. Gemini overall energy for, we have decision. And it says reaching a determination, a firm stand, or a decisive action that can alter one's path. Child, that don't sound like the Lover's card. So in the month of April, Gemini, and what I feel with that intuitively, it almost feels like something that's been long standing, if I could say it that way. It's something that you guys have kind of been on the fence about. And I do feel this energy. Oh, and all them cards come out. I feel this energy like prolonging kind of thing. So, and I think it's more or less that you guys have been trying to kind of weigh your options. So, in some sense or another, there's something that you guys know that you ultimately have to make a decision on. But I feel it's kind of carrying over into April because you've been on the fence. And I don't feel like this is something that's like, should I have Chinese or, Mexican for dinner type of thing. Like, I feel like this is something much like this card says that can alter, the course of your path. So the next card we have that came out is finger. And it says, warning you of a problem either now or in the near future. Then we have basket, and it says recognition, reward for merit. And I have to say with this finger card too, dude, I'd have to get into the tarot to be able to see for sure. You know what I'm saying? But I don't really feel that this is like I don't want to say like a real warning, but I feel like this feels to me like a projected fear, if I could say it that way. Because a lot of what I was saying with this decision card, it's like a prolonged decision, something you have to put your foot down on, but it's like you've been taking your time because I feel that there's some fear of like making the wrong choice. And even though you're kind of prolonging it, it's almost in hopes that, and I don't want to say that you don't want to make a decision, but it's almost like why I feel who would resonate with this is kind of prolonging this and pushing this off is like hoping that um some other information comes in, or or another person ends up making the decision so you don't have to, type of deal. Because I feel with this, it's like a fear of you either making the wrong choice, or you don't have enough information, or you may jump the gun. You know what I mean? It's kind of that kind of vibe. Oh, child. Okay. The next card is Casket, and it says someone going out of your life or the end of a situation. And then the next card that we have is Desk, and it says pay attention to your work. Now, with this Gemini, this really feels like to me that whatever this is that you guys are kind of weighing on heavily, that it's kind of starting to distract you from other facets of your life. If I were to encapsulate all of this and kind of just tell you what I'm feeling for the overall energy, I feel that this is something, whether it's a job, friendship, relationship, what have you, this is something that I feel even prior to now, it should have already been a period at the end of the sentence. The only reason why there isn't a period is because you guys have some level of fear in reference to putting a period at end of said proverbial, sentence. I feel the incentive for you all making the decision is more or less, it's almost like the spring back effect, if you will. You know what I mean? Where everything it is that you're wanting for your life is being held up because this decision needs to be made. And fear is the only thing that's stopping you from making it. And because this decision, because I don't doubt at all that it's not extremely important, but I feel like it's starting to kind of consume you, if you will. Like when it comes to responsibilities that you have or other things that you have going on, it's like this choice you need to make is kind of consuming your life, or it's consuming your thought space, if that's making sense. But overall, it's like it's being in a stalemate with yourself. But I feel what would behoove you is literally just making the decision, because I feel once you make the decision, it's like all of that energy that's being held up is going to be freed up, if that's making sense. Go ahead and get into you guys tarot. I hope and pray that my internet is being, a good machine. So let's see what else we have going on for you guys in the month of April. Well, first card out, we have the Emperor in the reverse. So with this Emperor, and then that's Aries energy, by the way. I think this is interesting, being that tomorrow is the new moon in Aries, if I'm not mistaken. But I feel with this, guys, with this Emperor in the reverse, I'm seeing this as you guys being disempowered. You're in a place of disempowerment coming into the month of April. And not saying this in like a negative sense or anything. It's just the fact that you're not standing in your full power. But I totally get why, because I mean, this could be, because of course this is a general reading, right? I'm just nosy. Like my nosy muscle is being tickled, because it's like I would wonder, I'm like, what kind of decision could this be? You know what I mean? But the whole premise with this is there's a need for you to put your foot down on something, because I feel this whole holding back on making this choice is kind of putting you guys in an energy, dude, much like I said in this overall. It's like it's if things aren't moving forward in your life and you feel any sense of stagnation, Gemini, it all comes back to this choice. Okay, and there we go. We have the Ace of Wands in the reverse. So there's a new beginning that's supposed to be starting for you guys. I don't know why I'm getting like karmic cycle kind of vibes with this, but there's a new cycle that's supposed to be starting, dude, and In so many words, okay, we got two cards here. In so many, yeah, we got the 9 of Wands. In so many words, you guys are supposed to be and this is gonna sound so corny, but you guys are supposed to be like the fire starter with this. Like you guys are supposed to be getting it started, like being the one that kind of takes the step. And how they're showing this to me is like there's a history of being in situations such as this, Gemini, and it's you guys kind of like I was saying in the beginning, it's taking a step back and not wanting to be the one who says it. So let me give you something that's more tangible so this makes sense, right? Say if you were like in a relationship, right? And you're not happy anymore and the other person is not happy anymore, right? But you don't want to be the one to like break up, right? Like you would rather the other person say it. So it's kind of like, and I'm saying this hypothetically, like the relationship is so dead, both of you know it, but you just don't want to be the one to say that y'all are going to break up. So if the other person were to say, like, I think we should break up, you'd be like, cool. And you would go along with it. It's just not wanting to be the one to say it. And I feel there's like a pattern of that whenever you're in situations such as this. But I feel maybe, I can't necessarily say for the first time in your entire life or anything like that. But I feel like for the first time, what's being revealed to you guys that's being made very clear is it's almost you guys kind of being backed into a corner to be the one who says it first, even though that's extremely uncomfortable because it's kind of perpetuating something farther into the future that should have been over, or something, hey Tebow, or something that should have ended a long time ago type of deal. And I feel with this, and like I'm saying, like it feels like it has like a very karmic-y kind of vibe with me, because what I'm feeling is that it's this, not making this decision is holding a lot of other stuff up, not just for you, but I mean like big picture wise. So I don't know if this is something that involves other people or something like that, but it's like everything can't be set right until the decision is made. But the only reason why you're not making the decision is because of fear. You know what I mean? Oh, wow. The next card that we have is the Hierophant. And with that fall, and that's Taurus energy, by the way. Whoo, child. Would this fall underneath the Emperor in the reverse? Legit, Gemini, when I talk about, things being kind of off kilter, it's like you guys more or less being out of alignment with your truth and with yourself. And that again is helping up with this disempowered state. And I desperately want to know what this is talking about specifically, but I know that I can't because this is a freaking general reading. Then we have the 5 of Wands in the reverse. That's inner conflict. And this can be coming out passive aggression, because I feel it's almost like if I were to kind of tap into what it is that you would potentially be feeling if you resonate with this, it would be a sense of like uneasiness, like always kind of feeling on edge. Some of you could be snapping out on people. I mean, if that's your personality type, where when you're under pressure, it's like you have a tendency to lash out, but that's not everybody. But it's more or less this fear I feel is robbing you guys of, and I'm just gonna say it like this, like literally a new beginning and a new cycle, dude. If we were to be really extra and say like blessings on blessings, like if this was a new job, if we got mundane with it, if this was a new job, it's like it's almost like you would have to quit this job to even have the opportunity to have the other job. But the only thing that's stopping you from taking the step forward is the fear. And everything you would be experiencing with feeling unmotivated, feeling disconnected, not feeling passionate, or, feeling annoyed, or falling into passive aggression, or just feeling just not yourself. All of those are symptoms of the deeper problem being that you're in a place or in a connection that isn't right for you. But I can't help but see, Jim, that it's almost like, if I were to say like that colloquialism, like the writing is on the wall, it feels a lot like that to me, because I feel, whether if it was someone from the outside looking in, or even you just looking at your situation, it's almost like everything about it is saying either like it's over with or like get out now, but it's just being too fearful to take that step. And what I'm feeling for you guys for the month of April, dude, if I were to say like what the whole big, lesson or action that you guys are supposed to do in the month of April is literally doing something that you've never done and more or less doing it afraid, if you will, because I don't really feel that it's a question of you guys making the wrong choice. And that's why it's like I feel like it's like why they're saying like the writing is on the wall. Like this is very clear. You know what I'm saying? So it's not something where you would have to figure it out or kind of like dig a little deeper. It's all of the fear is centralized around you being the one that initiates. But with your first two cards that are coming out, especially for the month of April, and when we have like an Aries new moon, which is when you set intentions for what you're trying to do moving forward. And then Aries being a sign that's all about trailblazing, like being the one that does it first, right? I feel it's like your salvation lies in you literally doing something you've never done, which is you being the one to say, proverbially speaking, I want to break up, if that's making sense. Under pressure. We have temperance in the reverse, and that's Sagittarius energy. So that's you guys opposite signs. So here's the thing, Gemini, I can tell you guys how this can potentially pan out if you guys don't make this decision. It's going to get progressively uncomfortable. Looking at this Emperor in the reverse, it's coming in disempowered because you're not standing up for what you already know to be true. It's you not making a decision that's in alignment with your highest truth, aka the Hierophant, right? So it's more or less with you guys being in this state of inaction, right? Or letting fear have a foothold in your life, if you will, right? This is you guys stepping out of alignment with your values, right? Any of you guys who are familiar with my body of work and how much I stress the importance of us knowing what our core values are, the way that you know that you're betraying yourself or violating your own boundaries is when you're not living in alignment with your core values, right? The symptoms of what that looks like is all this right here, right? There is no motivation, right? There is no passion, there is no drive, there is no excitement. You know, there's emotional instability, there's inner conflict, right? There's fear of repeating past mistakes. It's feeling like, you're having a fight with a brick wall in so many words. It's being so overwhelmed. You can't think straight. It's like you're all consumed. But even if you look at your situation and your circumstance, there really isn't anything wrong per se, right? It's almost like, I don't understand why I feel like this. I just don't feel like myself. All of those are symptoms of coming out of alignment with what it is that you truly stand for, like your absolute truth, your values, your moral code, right? And it's all out of a fear of losing something. But here's the thing that's so crazy. Now, this is where, like, what I'm picking up intuitively. What I'm picking up intuitively, why I said it gives me karmic vibes, is because I feel like this is bigger than something. Okay. I can actually give you a time frame. This is this this is funny. This is a decision, Gemini, whoever this is for, because I can't even say that this is for all Geminis, child. But who this is for specifically, this is something you've been grappling with like all of 2021. Like literally the entire year of 2021, you've been on the fence with this particular thing. And I think it started to become clear, like maybe we could say October-ish. It started to become really clear what it was that you needed to do here. And but it's still like you're waiting it out. So this isn't even just talking about like some March type of stuff. This is something that should have ended last year, literally. Whether this is speaking about, like I said, job, friendship, relationship, even if this is like, your own moral code and boundaries, your own personal development, you know what I'm saying? Whatever the case may be, even if it's like you should have started therapy last year and you just been putting it off, calling the therapist, whatever the case. But this is something that should have ended last year because it's coming into something. This is like this is some type of karmic cycle type of deal. And I feel that this is something that's devoid of what I've been kind of talking about in all of the soul sessions up to this point, like how I was talking about like that whole like major shift that we had back in February and like, crossroads and all this stuff. Not saying that you guys are like omitted from that, but this is something like a personal karmic cycle, if I could say it that way. Like, so this is like something with like a Akashic record kind of vibe things going on here. And there's something in your human life, right? So if we were to talk about like a karmic partnership, it's like if this is like somebody who is like your best friend since childhood or something, and something happened last year that made it very clear the friendship was over. And thank you, guides. Hello. So they're giving me a tangible example of what that fear would be, where it's been very clear to you that this person is not your friend, right? That y'all are going in two different directions. And mind you, this is hypothetical, but y'all are going in two different directions. But what's keeping you there is, but we've been friends since childhood. You feel what I'm saying? So it's something where it's your humanness that is competing with like your soul. So it's like whatever it is that we're talking about here for you specifically, this is a cycle that should have wrapped up in 2021. But now this cycle has been bought into 2022 all the way into April. You feel what I'm saying? Because of some belief that's out of alignment with you. So something like we've been friends since high school, or we're married. You know what I'm saying? Like it's some human held tradition or belief, right? And it's literally like God that is saying, "Hey, Gemini, so there's this thing, right, that you feel called to do that you're not doing because of some human held tradition." You feel what I'm saying? So as opposed to you following your gut or what spirit is telling you or what your heart is telling you, it's like you're holding yourself hostage because of some long held belief, because of a should, ought, or supposed to, or the right thing to do, or the good thing to do. And in the bigger picture, it's robbing you of what's really for you. So the decision that you're really making in the month of April, Gemini, is between yourself and everyone else, right? It's like, what's more important to you? It's like, is it more important to you to follow an order or tradition, whether it's a family tradition, it's a religious tradition, or what have you, right? A set of rules, standards that have come from another human being's brain, right? Is that more important to you, or is your own happiness, right? That's really the decision that's being made, because it's like an energetic thing that's happening here. So what's happening with Gemini, you guys are almost doing like a timeline switch kind of deal here. And once again, because the thing, like I've been telling everyone, what I think is so beautiful about the soul sessions this month for April is that it's open ended. Like there isn't like this grave consequence where it's like, ooh, you better make this decision now or this horrible thing's gonna happen. It's really about us making what statement we make to the universe. It's like it's us choosing our own fate in so many words. So it's not that, you were incarnated and you're here and like, you've just been dished out this particular hand in life and it just is what it is. It's almost re-empowering everyone to say like, hey, you can feel like life happened to you, prior to this time, but not happen for you. And it's going to happen for you in whichever way you will it to. Right. So it's not about making a so my guys just said, child, look, it's impossible to make the wrong decision because this isn't even a matter of what's right or what's wrong. So it's like the fear of making the wrong decision isn't even a possibility because the decision that you're making is either are you living for Gemini or are you living for everyone else? Do you want to erect a life, in reflection of your standards, your desires, or in the reflection of someone else's? So that's really what's being held up because it's like the universe is asking you to make a decision or to pick a side, rather, right? If we were to use the lover's card, like head or heart decision. Literally, when I looked at this, I was like, dog, this is like the freaking lover's card. If we were to look at it in that interpretation of the lover's card, right? Like that's literally what you're choosing. Are you going to choose your heart, which would be spirit, your soul, your authentic truth? Or are you going to choose head, which is your humanness, sensory consciousness, your mind, your past experiences, your childhood, your family traditions, your religious traditions, like everything you've been conditioned into? Or are you going to choose your authentic truth? That's the decision. And you can't ever go wrong with that, regardless of which one you choose. It's just whichever one you feel that you're, existing at your most alive, that you feel the most in alignment. But literally, I can say, regardless of the case, every single thing that you feel, right, whether it's stagnation, whether it's anxiousness, whether it doesn't matter what it is, anything that you're feeling that has you feeling off kilter, that is just a symptom or the byproduct of the deeper problem being that you haven't made a choice. You're still straddling the fence, right? And there's a need to be all in on something. So there is no, like, you can't keep going, back and forth, because everything in your life is kind of slowing down and clouding your mind because you're afraid of something that there isn't even anything to fear. There is no wrong choice that can be made. If you choose yourself and what makes you happy, even if it pisses other people off, it's worth it because every night you get to go home, put your head on the pillow and sleep in peace. It doesn't matter if other people don't agree and other people don't like it. You know what I'm saying? Because not everyone is always going to agree with us. Not everyone is always going to support what it is that we do. But if you're using yourself in every moment, Gemini, you literally can't fail at that. And that is never, ever the wrong choice. Right. So I feel a lot of the kind of Nine of Swords, cloud over my head kind of energy you guys are feeling. It's not even a foreboding fear. It's not a forewarning of anything. It's just literally the symptom of you guys not making a choice. And whatever this is, child, might have to sit and meditate with this, Gemini. Whatever this is something that's greater than just this decision. It's like whether you choose your head or you choose your heart, proverbially speaking, it's almost like this sets a whole new timeline up. You know what I'm saying? So, like, that's what I'm saying. This is some Akashic record vibey kind of stuff. This is bigger than just the decision. It's about the energetic statement that you're making. And that's 100% in your hands. But your reassurance is that you can't go wrong with this. Like, you can't mess this up. You literally can't. So, listen to your friend Marlo, man. Choose your heart. Like, you literally cannot go wrong with that. You literally can't go wrong with that. So I hope, hey, Michelle, look at you. I hope and pray that that makes sense, y'all. I really do feel like Gemini. I feel like I need to sit and meditate with this child because I see what's happening here in a 3D sense, but what I'm feeling far surpasses this though. And I don't know what that's about. I literally don't know what that's about, but I feel this is like a whole karmic switcheroo kind of thing we're talking about here. So, child, look, I'm gonna have to sit and meditate with this child and update y'all on what I get from the ethers. But just choose your heart, Gem. That's literally what I can tell you. But I hope and pray that this has helped you guys. I hope and pray that it does. You guys know I love your freaking faces. Oh wow, it's so weird. I just saw there's 69 people in here, and that's really creepy. But anyway, that came out in Cancer. It was a whole ordeal. But anywho, but I hope that this helped you guys. Let me know what you think in the comments. I love your face. I'll be back, continuously throughout this week to finish up these solo sessions, my friends. But I love you guys' faces, and I will see you guys sooner than later, my friends.